sign.
We're here for the council meeting, and I'll ask everybody, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We don't have a minister tonight, so we'll have a moment of silence. I will ask people to please keep in mind Bruce Hurd Sr. that's just passed, longtime worker for Lincoln Park, and just a good person. And Larry Kelsey, former councilwoman, is in the hospital, and we'd like to keep him in thoughts as well. If we have the roll call, please.
Certainly. Councilpersons Bear?
Here.
Dupre? Here. Ross? Here. Salcido?
Here.
Zor?
Here.
Tobin?
Here.
And Mayor Higgins.
Here. I'd like to welcome everybody to the new year, and just a quick reminder, it's new day, because we are now meeting on the second and fourth Mondays, but to be council chambers is not full, so anybody who wants to come down, please. Any council meeting is open, and please come down and join us. I'd like to let everybody know, because it's been talk around town, that I did meet with Ruby Recycling this week. They are under a complete agreement that they are going to finish doing things that need to be done. They are watering to keep the dust down. They've agreed to keep the noise down. They've agreed to start work only after 7. They've agreed they're going to be putting up a soundproof wall. And they've agreed that they will no longer be using their loud radio in the grounds, as well as watering to keep the dust down. So this is a good thing, and it's good that we have a business that's willing to work with the city. And speaking of businesses, I'd like to welcome a new business, Ovda's Hair Salon, which will be at 3725 4th Street. They've taken an old building, they've turned it into something special. Go on down and find them, check them out. We have a couple special guests tonight. We have the chairman of the CIC Commission is here, or I'm sorry, he's the treasurer of the CIC Commission, Steve Cowell, and he's going to give us the awards for the holiday lights this year. I had the pleasure of going out and checking out the lights and helping to find and nominate awards, and it was a truly fun event.
Yeah, I was going to say that Mayor Higgins was part of this process. I'm going to announce the winners in just a second here. They're not in any particular order. There's 4 winners, and we broke the city into 4 quadrants. We nominated houses within each quadrant, and then as a commission, we voted on our favorite from that quadrant of the city. There's been a little back and forth I've seen on social media. We may talk about different ways of doing it next year, opening up nomination, but we've done that in the past for like the Halloween decorations, and we get varying levels of participation, so we'll see. But we're open to trying something else. I just want to show you what the award is. This is actually, it's an ornament. The little part at the top that clips around there, and the little loop and everything is still in the box. I'm not going to assemble this one, but it's just Beautiful Holiday Home Award 2023, Lincoln Park. So congratulations to these 4 winners. Like I said, in no particular order. And I wrote really big, but I'm still going to put my glasses on. We have 1478 Lafayette. We have 1773 LeBlanc, we have 1525 Pingree, and we have 996 Highland. And there were also sorts of nice houses, well decorated, but just through the process, this is who we picked. I have to admit, in the quadrant I went through, there were several houses that I would have nominated. I just couldn't see the street address, and I don't know if they're covered by lights or whatever. So if you're thinking, oh, I should have been nominated, make sure your address is visible next year. So it's like, that it's not so dazzling you can't see it, but.
I know in the quadrant I did, we nominated 10 different ones in the quadrant because there were just so many nice lights this year.
Yeah, we did have a lot of nominations. So we'll be getting these out to these homeowners real soon. So congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
We have another special guest, our county commissioners here. Would you like to anything to say?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Kara Clementi, Wayne County Commissioner, District 4. Just wanted to say Happy New Year to everyone, and thank you so much for updating our residents about the road that's going to be fixed over the Ecorse Bridge on Southfield. It didn't start today. I know it was supposed to, but there will be markings and detours, and this will take place for an extended amount of time. But we have to think about the positive things, that this is getting done, roads are being fixed, and I know it can be frustrating when you want to, you're kind of on autopilot when you're going somewhere. So please try and remember that there will be detours, and Wayne County will do their best to work with our great city, DPW, and our police to make sure that everything is safe and done as quickly as possible. Other than that, I'm happy to start another year as your Wayne County Commissioner and look to help with any type of Wayne County business. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. And for the citizens, because we had the road closed a little bit while ago with Southfield, I want to know that the police have been well informed what's going on, and they've let me know that they will be there if needed. And now if everybody will accept this, I'm going to change our agenda a little bit. I'm going to put a miscellaneous up front, because if you can look next to me, we have a new person here. So, well, she's not really new, but she's temporary to this position. Resolved that Lisa Griggs is hereby appointed as the acting city manager in the addition of her duties as the finance director, and compensate her to her additional, to
Compensate.
compensate additional $15 per hour for the duration of her acting appointment. The difference between the current rate and the pay proposed to the city manager rate of $57 an hour.
I'll move.
Support.
Call for the vote.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins.
Yes, and congratulations.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Resolve the following items listed under the consent agenda be approved as presented to the mayor and council. Approve the regular minutes of the meeting of December 18th. Approve the minutes of the closed session on December 18th. Approve the accounts and claims payable. Appoint Parks and Recreation Commissioner Jason Nichols, sorry. And attend training for the police department.
I'll move. Support.
Councilpersons Tobin?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolve that the council resolution 2023-397 be revised by changing the time to 4 p.m. to begin interviews for the city manager.
I'll move.
Support.
Call for the vote.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins.
Yes. Resolved that the city manager candidates traveling from outside the metropolitan Detroit area be reimbursed for travel expenses in an amount not to exceed $1,000.
I'll move.
Support.
Call for the vote.
I have a
Counsel-
question.
Oh,
I was just wondering if anybody found out if the one candidate that was going to be coming in, that was looking for a longer term, if elected, if was offered the job, if he was still interested, if we weren't going to extend that time?
Yep, so the recruiter did speak with him, and he is open to, he would prefer a longer, but
he's still-
he's aware,
okay.
and he's open to it, yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
all right, call for the vote.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure the staff.
Gun shy. Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolve that the financial department purchase and configure 7 laptop computers for the city council to use at council meetings and for all city-related businesses. Be it further resolved that the council members shall bring their laptops to all meetings, and that furnishing hard copies of the agenda packets shall cease in order to offset the cost.
I'll move.
Support.
Actually, we have, Councilman Zor moved on this with Mayor Higgins as a support.
Oh, okay.
So we have a mover and supporter on this before.
Questions then?
Yes.
I don't want to rush into anything. I would like us to research this, to truly figure out if what we want are laptops or maybe tablets. I know that I'd be interested to know before we truly approve what brand we're getting, if a subscription is needed for the applications on there, or operating system, whatever, however that works.
Right. I've asked the business department to look into all of this for us, and we didn't have enough time to get the information out here tonight. So why don't we just take this off? How long do you think you would need?
I could have it by the next meeting.
Okay,
so
well,
general
that's-
information.
We'll put this off to the next meeting. Is that fair with the motion?
Yes.
And I'll accept it as well.
Through the chair.
It's a second?
I have one thing. I would like to be able to, on the council packet during a meeting or while I'm studying the packet, be able to edit and write notes on the agenda part of it. Like on here, when I have a hard copy, if there's a question I want to ask, I want to be able to do that on the laptop to have ready at the meeting, so.
so that would be
it'd
part of the
PDF,
software
part of the,
package,
yeah, part of the package on
So,
the.
yeah, that is something that would add additional costs, but I can,
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, yeah, because it wouldn't make sense to have to print it out and refer to it. It's something that we'd be
Right.
able to do on a laptop.
so that comes as part of the standard Office package that you'd have on the computer.
Okay, yeah, I just
There's an
wondered.
annual subscription for that.
Okay, yeah,
Yep, I can provide all of that.
okay, thank you.
Through the chair? Okay.
Through the chair, could I ask Lisa another question about that? Because with the subscription, or Lisa, is that per computer?
Yes.
The license?
And
Okay.
it's actually tied to your email account. So you all have email accounts already that we paid for as part of Microsoft, but we would give you the full license then. That would give you Excel, Word, Adobe, all of those things on there. So then you could use it to actually create documents and,
Right.
And then we'll need a class?
No, well, you might, but,
Okay.
Okay. So, do we have to call for a vote to take it off the table? Okay.
No, mover and supporter, we're fine with that. We'll just hold it to the next meeting.
Okay. The next up is, it's from the police department.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Have a request for a resolution. The police department is requesting the mayor and council to authorize Flock Safety to apply for MDOT permits to mount cameras, or LPR cameras, on state highway right-of-ways. Little background, mayor and council recently approved the Police Department to enter into this 5-year agreement with Flock Safety on license plate reading cameras. The placement of those cameras may be on state of Michigan property, which requires a permit from MDOT. The resolution would authorize Flock to apply for any necessary permits that are required by the state for purposes of those cameras. There is no financial impact or policy change. Recommend that council approves this.
Resolved that the mayor and council authorize the Flock Safety to apply for the MDOT permits to mount LPR cameras to the state Michigan right-of-ways.
I'll move.
I'll support.
I'll call for the vote.
Through the chair, Your Honor, I have a
Oh,
question.
I have a question.
Hey, number 5, Chief, it says the municipality will, by its own volition and/or request by the department, promptly restore and/or correct physical or operating damages to any state highway right away. If someone plows into one of these flat cameras, who's responsible to fix it? Is it covered, or is the city has to pay for it?
This would be more for the installation of that. Any damage or anything that would occur afterwards, we would attempt to go after, yeah. it'd be-
No, we're not responsible for anything that happens after the installation. This would be if there was damage while they were installing the cameras, Flock would be responsible for correcting it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we'll call for the vote. Oh, did you have something? Okay.
Okay. All right. Councilpersons Ross,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Dupre. Yes. Salcido.
Yes.
Soar,
Yes.
Tobin,
Yes.
and Mayor Higgins.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next up will be a city manager's report, but since she's only been here since 5 seconds, we're going to let her off this week and just go right to the financial director's report.
Don't me. I'll just keep it brief tonight. We are kind of at a weird part of the year to give a full report. So the audit presentation was done at the last meeting, so that came out positive. We did have contribution to fund balance, was good. So right now, we're currently at the point where we are starting to work on the next budget year. I'm currently working on the mid-year budget amendment, so I'll have that, should be presented at the next council meeting. So with that, I'm going through and adjusting all of the line items for the current year expenditures and revenues, just to kind of see where we're going to end up at the end of the year. And then the department heads are entering, and they're currently in the process of entering their budget requests for the upcoming year. So those are due next week. The capital request has kind of been a rolling process. We started a more intensive process last year, so a lot of that has already been captured, and the department's built on that this year if there was any changes to it. So as the budget process moves along, we're starting to work on the revenue projections for the next year and the personnel costs, all of those items that are kind of, we're kind of tied into, just to kind of see where we're at. So the budget should be presented to council by the end of March, beginning of April this year. So other than that, there's a lot of year-end processes going on. The F-65, Act 51 reports were all filed. The audit report was filed with the state and the federal government. Quarterly reports are going on. Staff's working on their quarterly reports as well as 1099s and W-2s. So it's a pretty busy time in finance right now. There's a lot of moving parts. We had a lot of short weeks, and staff worked really hard to get payroll to everybody. I'm sure everybody's very thankful for that, as well as the vendor checks. So those short weeks really cut it tight on the timeline, getting everything over to the bank. But everybody did a great job. We had some new employees in the department, so everybody worked really hard on that. So I'm happy with that. The water office is kind of a little bit of a quieter time right now for them. They're in between shutoffs and getting ready to start going into the transfer to tax season. So right now it's kind of a breathing point for them. They work on a lot of things that it's harder to work on during the summer. We have new staff in there as well. One of the new employees, she's doing a good job. But they work on trying to, capture those homes that maybe have little usage or too much usage and send notices out to them and hopefully get that caught before it gets too far. So other than that, it's just a busy time of year for us. Be happy to answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
then we will
Thank you,
move
Lisa.
on to citizens' remarks. If there's any citizens wish to step forward. Seeing that none, we will move to the oral reports of the council. Council President?
Thank you, Mayor. Just, today is January 8th, Monday. On Tuesday, the 9th, looks like there's some severe weather coming. There's some crazy weather, winter snow mix, high winds, so please drive carefully. And go Blue and go Lions. That's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Oh, what am I doing, Tracy?
Prayers to the family of Bruce Hurd, one of our DPS retirees. He will be greatly missed. And I just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. Let's make 2024 fabulous. Good night and God bless.
Yeah, I'd like to extend my condolences to the Hurd family also. Bruce will be missed. Everybody be safe with the wicked weather that's coming up. Stay warm. And Happy New Year, everybody. I hope it's a great one. Stay safe. Thank you.
I'll keep it short. Because of the bad weather, that reminds me, if you haven't signed up for Code Red, please do. That will give you those advance notices. And the museum, just a reminder that the museum is closed this month and will reopen February 3rd. Thank you.
Jason?
Condolences to the Hurd family. And I just like to let everyone know the final blow on Fantasyland has come to an end officially. Yesterday, they finished the cleanup from Monday to Sunday. It was a Herculean effort, but the band shell room A is now back to normal. I just like to once again give a big thank you to the Lincoln Park Chamber of Commerce for the incredible amount of organization and work that goes into this, one of the gems that the city has, a 60-year tradition that I hope to continue for many, many years. I have such a new perspective of how much work goes into it because of the volunteer time I put into it this year, and I did really enjoy myself. And I would like to congratulate the new Parks and Recs Commission, Nichols. He's already on the Community Improvement Commission. I spent quite a few hours this weekend with him at the band shell as well, shutting down Fantasyland. And have a Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. You're up.
First, I'd just like to say Happy New Year to everybody. I also like to say that I forgot the last meeting to thank our very good corporate partner that we have with Myers, with everything that they did for families and kids in our city. With that, I want to thank everybody from Fantasyland, and that is it for me tonight. Thank you very much.
I think it was said very well tonight that the Fantasyland people, they deserve a big, big thank you for keeping our city gem alive and keeping it well. And with that, I'm going to say let's move for a move.
Support?
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Zohr?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins.
Yes. And